I am Tessa-Marie, and welcome to the Morning Blessings. It is Wednesday, October 30th, 2024, 7:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, coming to you from Toronto, Canada. How are you feeling today? Today, we have a particular strong morning blessing. It is observe and listen. Observing and listening is really, hello, who is this? Jody, 69. Welcome to the Morning Blessings. Hello, Deborah. How are you feeling this morning? Today is observe and listen. Why am I asking you to observe and listen? Why am I making that statement? Because as you know, what I bring to you, I have done myself. So it's 8 o'clock. Let's start the show. Morning blessings. Observe and listen. That is tough to take. It's difficult to do. It's easy to do. And it doesn't mean much. Why would you say observe and listen? I'm saying to observe and listen. Morning, sweetie. You're feeling blessed. Amazing. That's wonderful. So to observe and listen means you have to be in the moment. You have to be aware. You have to be observant. Is being aware what's going on here. Not criticizing what's going on, but being aware of what is happening in the world. Outside of us. That's the one we know best, right? So when we are told to observe and listen, good morning, Loretta. How are you feeling this morning? When we are asked to observe and listen, we believe observing and listening means that we look around and observe. But that's not all, though. It goes deeper than that. Because you see, Loretta and Deborah, whatever we are stems from inside of us. It doesn't come from outside of us to inside of us. I ask, how are you feeling today? Deborah replied, I'm feeling blessed. So it's a feeling. And she said, it's a blessed feeling. So where did that come from? Did she observe how she felt from inside out? Or is it from outside in? You cannot do that from outside in. So that word observe is really important for us to use when we say we are going in. I always call it inflection. Go in. Good morning, sweetie. How are you this morning? Long time no see. So the day is observe and listen. How do you do that? It's not this. No, it's not looking at your neighbors and listening to them or observing what they do. The thing is, if we want to live that fulfilled life, we must know what's going on inside of us. We must learn to listen to our own thoughts, our own vibration. Deborah said she's feeling blessed. How are you ladies feeling? Say how you're feeling today. I am feeling amazing. I'm feeling just superb. That doesn't mean that there's not going to be something to pull me back, but because I have already decided, good morning, Colleen, how are you feeling today? That I have observed my feelings. Just like Deborah said, she is observing her feelings and she feels blessed. So when we talk about observation, I am not asking you to look across the street at your neighbor's beautiful house and observe it, or their terrible lawn, or their this or their that. That is not observation. It is on a normal, ordinary person, but you're not normal and ordinary. You're above that. You're unique, specially created to be fabulous and amazing. She is feeling grateful. There's so many things in our life that causes us to do that. So when we are in that turn, in that mood, and I ask you to observe and listen, it's not the outside world. If you do that, you're bringing the outside into you and it can destroy you. It can destroy your entire day. And if you keep doing it, it will put you at a level you cannot wake yourself from. So that is one of the reasons why we need to observe internally what's going on. We might have done something out there, and then the result is inside. And that thing, that is not the results you're looking for. You observe something outside there, and you formed an opinion. You use that observation and you made an opinion. You made an assumption, not knowing what is really there. And then maybe, just maybe, your assumptions was wrong. And now you have to deal with it internally. Why did I do that? Because now regret comes in, because we I shouldn't have done that. I know I just shouldn't have. But what we did, hi Tani G, how are you feeling this morning? We took the observation of outside without proper information, and we internalized it by using our words, our thoughts, our looks, our energy to actually react to an external thing. All the time though, we are doing that. We are allowing the internal thing, this internal machine inside, not to be acknowledged, not to be listened to. She's feeling great. That's what it is. How are you feeling today? I am feeling wonderful. You have to take a few moments to inflect, to get that and say, I am feeling good. The list of feelings that are negative that you would throw out to somebody is ridiculous. It's no point you do that unless that person can write you a prescription for some drug that will numb that feeling. And if the person can't, observe what you're saying. Because the more you say the things that are not going to make you feel good, is the more it will not make you feel good. What you contemplate, that is what you become. If you believe you're old and ragged, or you believe you are just going to be doomed, then that's what you're going to get. But if you are where you are and it is as it is, and you acknowledge, I am feeling fabulous. You can feel good, great, amazing, blessed at any age, at any stage of your life. I always ask people to look at Stephen Hawking. He was gnarled and twisted. He died not too long ago in a wheelchair. A machine spoke for him. But he had this brilliant physicist's brain. He was a physicist. And he was amazing, fabulous. That brain didn't die though. When the body was giving him shit, he didn't say to the body, well, you know what, I'll just go hide under the bed. Somehow, some way, because of the value of his intellect, they decided, let us put him in this chair, this wheelchair that he can maneuver, and let his brain comes out from a robot. But they did it until he naturally died. So when you are feeling a horrible time because of something from the outside, you need to go in and inflect, and you have to ask this question, why am I allowing what is happening outside of me affect me internally? Sometimes we have to bow out. Sometimes we have to bow out from a situation. It might be a family situation. It might be somebody you love and you care about, and you just have to know, you know what? I need to step back from this relationship for a day. That will give you the fuel you need to get chive up to go through it again. But you cannot do that if you are not listening and observing what you're feeling internally. If the distraction is everybody else's business but yours, you need to sit down, take it off. You need to sit it out, or dance, sit it out. When you realize everything that is coming out of you is from because you dragged it into you, and you're not feeling too good today, sit it out or dance. Literally put the music on, sit it out. Do not sing. Just let the music involve you. Put music you are not accustomed of listening to. Get some real strong physical music that will play with your brain. Get Beethoven, Liszt. Get any one of Chopin. Get any one of them. Get some classicals. That doesn't work. Get a score from a movie. Like, what is that movie? They have a Revenant. The score for that movie can infiltrate every nerve in you. The score, just the score. And sit with it. Put it with headphones and put it on and sit. And it doesn't have to be hours. You can only do it for 5 minutes. But guess what? That is 5 minutes more than you gave to yourself yesterday. Are you winning? Yes, you are. Because you're going from the inside to send it outside. When you are done with the dancing, and you don't know what else to do, look at a mountain. There is something in a meditation that is called mountain pose, also in yoga. When you look at a mountain, it sits on its hip. It feels like it just sits there. Head forward. The mountain does not move. It just sits there. You don't see the mountain doing that. You see the trees doing that. So don't say it moves. It doesn't. That pile of earth stays solid. It doesn't look left. It doesn't look right. It looks forward. It doesn't do anything else. Things come and things go, but the mountain stays. They said the biggest energy you can draw is the energy from a mountain. It makes you solid. Observe that. Observe how you feel when you eat something. Observe how you feel when you hear something. Listen and observe. Observe and listen. When you observe and listen, you will hear what you are thinking. And you can choose in that moment to stop it from going where it has been going. Because you know when it goes there, you're not happy. You suck on your teeth. You purse your lips. You feel aggravated. Why? You are alive. You woke up this morning to do better than you did today. That should be you are. You see, the thing about it is that we do not know how important we are. Many times we forget that we, each and every one of us, if we want to acknowledge it, and for sure, we are a part of God's plan for salvation. We are. And the thing is to know that, then to choose to accept it. When you are feeling like no matter what you do, there is something coming up every day to make you think, whether it's from your children, your family, your friends, to hit you, just pause and say, you know what? I accept my part in God's salvation. And if you do that, that cannot come from outside in. I accept my part in the universe. You don't believe in a God, then believe in the universe. You are on there. It is moving, but you cannot feel it. How powerful is that? I accept my part in whatever the universe has to give to me. Difficult, not easy to understand, but believing you have that you have power. And all of what comes from outside, anything somebody does to you, it doesn't matter who they are, how mischievous they are, what they take from you, how they abuse you, not physically, but there's all kinds of abuse. You have to realize, maybe you will never see them pay for that. You will never see the result of their bad behavior towards you, how it will affect their life. But I can tell you, from experience. It does. So observe that, and do not observe that, listen to me. It does. Do not use that attitude and go out there and do something nasty to somebody because people have hurt you before. If you do that, you're allowing people's behavior to affect how you behave. Think about that. You again, excuse me, allowing somebody whose behavior you do not know. You don't know their journey. Do they know that they are part of God's plan for salvation? Are they aware that the universe have their back? Or are they just going to be mean and nasty? I just thought of you, and here you come. Rita, good morning. How are you feeling today? So, are you going to allow that person that hurts you, that person, that willfully put their feet on your toe and they crush it like that? Are you going to allow that person's behavior to change your attitude when somebody's toe is in your way and you choose at that moment, should I press on their toe because somebody did it to me yesterday? No. But you have a right, though. You have a right to say, get off my toe. You're not going to go to heaven if you're abused and you think God will take care of it. You have free will. The universe is going to allow you to do it. The universe doesn't stop you. God does not come and stop you with a hammer on your head when you're going to be nasty. So you have to observe that what is going on in you is what is important. It's not what happens outside of you that's important. We allow it, though, to come in. And while we are taking it in, we are not realizing what is already in. You cannot cover light with darkness and expect to succeed. You need to allow people to be who they are, but because they hurt you, that doesn't mean you have to go back and hurt others or hurt them. It means nothing, but know and believe. Please know and please believe that those that stamp on your foot, those that, whatever they do to you, hit you, steal from you, manipulate you, tell you words that you're stupid, that people take care over you, whatever. Hey, just leave them alone because all of that belongs to them. None of those horrible words belongs to you. You choose that, though, if you just accept it and say it's true or you dwell on it. You have to have words that you can use and say, you see, all that you just said to me, it belongs to you. I taught that to somebody, and they said when they used it on their spouse, the spouse looked numb. Their spouse was telling them how little they were, how stupid they were, how unworthy they were, how silly they were, how caring for others is not a good trait to have. You're making people take advantage of you. And they said, I'm tired of hearing that. It's a man. And he said to his wife, I'm tired of hearing this. So this is what I need to tell you. That you are predicting your own behavior. All of what you said there belongs to you. Because you see, you created it. You were the first person to think it, the first person to hear it, and the last person to hear it. It all belongs to you. It has nothing to do with this me. And he said, when I told her that, her shoulders dropped and she just walked away. He said, I don't think she spoke for the day. It was the first time in her life she realized that her words belonged to her. And he said, you know what? The only thing she says to me now is your life. You choose how you want to live it. I have no answer for that. That's what he said. And so I do not answer. So what I desire for you to learn is to observe. When you're observing, begin with self. Go inside, go internally. And if you know, there was a time that you made mistakes when you didn't know better. And you made people that you believe that were lesser than you feel bad. You said things about them. You stopped them because you could. You hindered them because you were able to. Do not let it come with you into today. Realize that you made a mistake and let it go. Living has mistakes in it. Living a life has mistakes. Do not dwell on it. Even you know it or not, you have already paid that price. That doesn't mean people will treat you the same way you treated them. But you paid the price in a way maybe you don't even know. So treat the people like that the same way. Pull back. No grievances. No, I'm going to get you. None of that. Pull back. Do not engage by trying to tell that person, you hurt me and I have to find a way to let you get it. No. What did the author said? Do not tell them, show them that you're better than that. Do not let other people's opinion and behavior change who you are. If you are the person that loves to give, keep giving. You do not have to give because somebody gave you. That is just paying it back like that. One hand wash the other. No. You want to give? Give. You want to say a kind word? Say a kind word. You want to pick up the phone and say something? Pick up the phone and say something. If you're not into the habit of doing that, find a way to do that. Tell yourself, I need to do that. That's as I said, Stephen Hawking was so sick with physical body, but his brain wasn't. So he used it to be able to do things. Somebody sent me a 2025 calendar and it showed, it's an artist calendar. It's not big. And Kylie enjoys drawing and she loves to shade and she's into that thing. So I gave it to her. And then the first flip of that page, when you open it before January, it shows people painting who couldn't use their hands. That intrigued her. She asked me, Grammy, why are they using their paintbrush in their teeth? And this one has it with their arms. And this one have their feet. And she's looking, there were 6 different poses of an artist painting, not able to use fingers. And I had to explain to her. And I said, although their fingers couldn't hold the pencil to write, they found that they could write with their mouth using, I said write because that's where she is in life, but she saw the brush or paint. She said, oh, that is really interesting. I must try it. I'm sure you will. But you cannot let a person's negative behavior change you from being you. Then you feel tired because you're carrying it. And sometimes you have to realize you cannot make somebody be something they cannot be. And then you have to learn to withdraw. And hey, that might be family. It might be your twin, your brother, your sister, your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors. You can't tell them, hey, you shouldn't behave. There comes a time when you have to let people face their own journey, especially when their journey is going to affect yours. They used to say, if that person is stopping you from doing what you need to do, you need to find a way to get away from that person. But it's family, you can't walk. But you can say, I release, you know what? You got to change your own thing. I can't help you. Coming to me and laying it thick on me And then I am thinking I can help you by encouraging you, by asking you to change ways and attitudes and habits and words and thoughts. That doesn't work. We all know we can only take the cow to water, we can't make it drink. We all know that. You think those sayings are not tools for a successful life? Yes, they are. We can only go so far, but we need to know we cannot wear ourselves to the bone because somebody else doesn't care about themselves and we believe we care about them more than we should care about ourselves. They told us to put the mask on us before we help the person next to us. You try doing it to somebody else and then after that try fixing yourself. You can't. That is why they tell you the caregivers die before the people they're giving the care to. Because they do not stop to take care of themselves because they're not observing what their body and their mind and their soul is saying. They do not sit and listen. I ask you sometimes, when you are done, so you're working and you've been at a meeting for 2 hours and whatever, and it's time and you finish that meeting. Should you jump into the next thing right away? No. Take 3 deep breaths. Cleanse the air of that meeting from your lung and relax for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is not going to make the world of office work or homework or housework die. 2 minutes. And drink a glass of water. 2 minutes. And breathe. And then stop and move again. Because it gives you time to clear yourself. You will notice you will accomplish a lot more if you listen before you step into the arena. If you observe where your thoughts are going, if you observe that your emotion is so raw that you're going to get out of that car on the highway and go after somebody who cut you off, or race behind them to stop them, right? And if somebody is using your time and they cannot make the time to be on time, they are using you. Look at how upset you get when you're sitting at a restaurant waiting for your girlfriend, your boyfriend to show up, or your main friend to show up, and they're late. You keep looking over your shoulder if people think that you're stood up by a lover. Time. Observe how you're using your time. Listen to what you're saying about others. And in the next 3 minutes that's left, listen to what you're saying about you. Do not come to me and say, Tessa-Marie, when you use that J-U-S-T, right away antennas go up in my head. The minute you say to yourself, Tessa-Marie, I'm just going to do this. No, just is a little. Give yourself more than just. Realize you are more than little. You are unique. Everything about you is amazing. Observe the beauty in you. Have you looked at your smile lately in the mirror? Have you looked at your eye? Do you really truly know what shade is your eye? You assume it's dark, or it's blue, or it's hazel. Have you looked deeper than that? Have you looked to see when you smile how it dances in your eye? Listen and observe. Listen to where your thoughts are going before you do not know that person walking towards you. They are limping and they maybe are not as nicely dressed as you. Their coat is not this clean. You can see all of that. Should you carry that with you into the next minute? No. You can greet them without talking to them. I am happy and grateful. I got the honor and the privilege to see another human being. As I said, the most amazing things that happened to me is when I gave a donation to somebody and they were like that. And when they lift up their head and I looked into those eyes, I could have stood there for hours. The depth, there was something in that person's eye that made me feel that, hey, there is magic in each of us, even you and I, but we need to find it first in us. So, you want to be loved. You're looking for love in all the wonderful places. But you haven't loved you enough to stop eating something that's going to affect you or has already affected you. You do not love you enough to sit and stretch your body for 10 minutes. And after 20 days of stretching your body for 10 minutes, you will see magic in that body of yours. The magic comes from within. How so true. So we need to understand, when we're talking of observing and listening, I'm not talking of the world in front of you, behind you, and on either side of you, beneath you, above you. I'm talking of the world inside of you. Observe. My question to you is, can you remember how it felt when your feet touched the floor this morning? Can you? You came out of a bed. Or when you stood up. Can you remember? When you swung your legs from the chair and stepped on the floor, what did it feel like this morning? Again, can you remember what you were thinking? Can you remember what you observed internally? Did you observe that you slept really well? Did you listen to your body when you were sleeping, that you got up to go to the bath? Did you listen? Because it's only between those two you can live a fulfilled life. We have to know. Only it's all about us. As much as the world has told us, we have to give, but we cannot give from an empty plate. You need to fill your bottle, your plate, and you give from that, and you come back. So let me say to this wonderful, tiny group this morning, Rita, Deborah, Loretta, and Tani J, thank you so much for hanging with me. It's important. If you stayed, you got something. And we are going to do this. At least Instagram did not collapse. That's why I couldn't even post the live of yesterday. It just didn't work. But this one is okay today. So we're going to post it. Have a great day. And remember, you are important. Touch yourself first before you touch others. Have a great day. Arita, we'll talk later. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Love you.